Hello and welcome from Hereford Station, situated on the Welsh Marches line between Leominster and Abergavenny, as well as the western terminus of the Cotswolds line. Today we're not going on this Class 57 idling, but instead we're going on the nearly 35-year-old Transport for Wales Mark IV sets between here from Hereford to Crewe to see if they're any good nearly 35 years on. Transport for Wales first used Mark III carriages between Holyhead and Cardiff on their Premier service, but in 2021 they replaced these with 37 Mark IV sets, which are currently in a 4-car configuration and are going to be extended to 5-car configs soon. So without further ado, let's have a look at the Transport for Wales Mark IV sets. And 10 minutes late, here comes our Transport for Wales service for Manchester Piccadilly. At the front is a Mark IV driving van trailer with Mark IV carriages in between and a Class 67 at the rear. Today's service to Crewe sees us go on the Welsh Marches line, calling at Leominster, Ludlow, Shrewsbury and then direct to Crewe, passing stations such as Church Stretton. Journey time today is around 1 hour 40. And before we start, please like and subscribe. These are the only TFW services which have first class, which looks pretty good. There is a food bar if you get peckish or thirsty though. This service was very busy, and we will have a look at the seat a bit later, but I couldn't film it as there was a person sitting in it at the time when we left Hereford. Anyway, we left around 11 or 12 minutes late. This is why, like I mentioned earlier, TFW really need to upgrade these services to 5 carriages, which hopefully they will soon. Having just 3 standard class carriages is not enough for a service like this. Enough of my rant. It must be said the scenery on the Welsh Marches line is absolutely spectacular. Our top speed was around 100 miles an hour on today's route, and ride quality was still pretty smooth. And after just 10 minutes we arrived into one of the most mispronounced names in the UK, Leominster, most known for its antique shops and timber-framed buildings, as well as being the home of the Ryland sheep. Shortly after, we passed the market town of Ludlow, famous for its castle as well as its involvement in the Wars of the Roses and the English Civil War. Soon after, we passed Church Stretton. And after another 30 minutes, we passed Shrewsbury Column Depot. The depot is used by Network Rail to maintain and store vehicles. Today, there were Class 37s in the depot. And now we were on fast approach to Shrewsbury, probably the most famous town that we were passing through today. Shrewsbury is known for having over 650 listed buildings and home to the birthplace of Charles Darwin. The station is a major interchange point between Avanti West Coast, Transport for Wales and West Midlands Railway services. It's also a major interchange point for the Welsh Marches line, the South North line, Heart of Wales line and the Cambrian line, as well as the Birmingham to Wolverhampton and Shrewsbury service. This was our last cooling point before Crewe, and now we just had half an hour of our journey remaining, and we were just 9 minutes late. Soon after, we passed a small town of Nantwich, which signalled the beginning to the end of our journey. Now a look at the seat. The seat itself was very comfortable, and I found it pleasant for my hour-and-a-half trip. It had good legroom, an armrest, and a nice big tray table. There was also a QR code where you could get food delivered to your seat. And the overall ambience of the train was very pleasant, with good lighting and aircon to a good temperature. Just outside Crewe, we passed some sidings with some TFW Class 175s. These are soon to be replaced by 197, so let me know if you would like me to do a video on these before they get removed. The train also featured a large, clean, disabled toilet towards the first class section. Next, we passed DRS Crewe Gresty Bridge Depot, a depot which I actually spent a week work experience at. It was very nice, and here we had some Class 88s and Class 68s on show, as well as a 66. As we pass over the Freightliner sidings, we can see a glimpse of TFW's new Class 197s. I have been on these trains but haven't done a review of them, so if you would like that, then please let me know in the comments. And as we pass Locomotive Service Limited sidings, let me sum up my journey on the TFW Class 67s and Mark 4s. Aside from the severe overcrowding and delay, I found that this journey was pretty darn pleasant. I didn't realise that TFW actually had a full-on first-class sort of menu and first-class food. They had their own buffet car, and it all seemed very, very nice. It's just a shame that it was so busy on the journey that I went on. The seats themselves are pleasantly comfortable and far better than the Class 150s that you could find in this route sometimes, and the staff were very nice and kind. The overall journey and ride quality was pleasant, and the scenery outside was also lovely. Overall, I found my journey to be very, very pleasant. And thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to check out the whole Stragglers playlist in the link in the description below, and like and subscribe. Thank you very much.